Focus on a goal and work toward it. Don't give up. If you get symbolically knocked down, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep going. But you also might want to consider that maybe the goal you picked wasn't suited for your personality or your ability. So maybe talk to some trusted people who could give you some advice and guidance and maybe take a different path for your life. My name is Barbara LaMort. I went to Livingston School, Kiwami, it was junior high school at the time. Then I switched to Benedictine Academy in Elizabeth, and I went to the College of St. Elizabeth in Convent Station, New Jersey. I am the proud mother of 3 children, 1 stepdaughter. I hope I am the loving wife of my loving husband, Dennis, and together we have 10 grandchildren. I think my proudest accomplishment is the fact that I raised 3 children who are now successful in their employment and as parents of their own children. In the community, I was an advisor of several after-school activities at Kiwami and at Union High School. I'm very active in my church, Holy Spirit, here in Union, and with some of the parishioners there, we extend our outreach to St. Joseph's Social Service Center in Elizabeth, where we work on a soup kitchen team. I'm also president of the Union Township Historical Society at the Caldwell Parsonage. We love to have everybody come and visit. I'm a board member of the Union, I should say the Greater Union Chamber of Commerce now. I'm a member of the Friends of the Union Public Library. When I participate in a community event, it gives me a warm feeling because I feel like our town is a big family, especially since I've lived here so long. I know a lot of the people, so it's a great opportunity to reconnect. And I think for anybody who does volunteer work, he or she is not thinking about himself or herself at the time, but about other people. And I think that's a good role model for everybody, not just younger people, but especially younger people. If I wanted to give some advice to young girls, I would say focus on a goal and work toward it. Don't give up. If you get symbolically knocked down, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep going. But you also might want to consider that maybe the goal you picked wasn't suited for your personality or your ability. So maybe talk to some trusted people who could give you some advice and guidance and maybe take a different path for your life. A woman who inspired me throughout my life was, is in memory, my grandmother, because she faced a lot of adversity as an immigrant and for other reasons in her personal life. But she kept persevering, especially because of her deep faith. And whenever I have difficulty in my life, I always think of her and what greater obstacles she had to overcome. So I feel like I'm blessed and I can keep going. Obviously, I'm a woman, so women's history is important. I was a history teacher. I'm president of the Historical Society here, so and also the home of the Union Historical Society is the Caldwell Parsonage, which is pictured on the Union County seal, and it's the site of the death of a hero of the American Revolution, Hannah Caldwell. So a woman in history is almost always in the forefront of my mind. But I would like to think that women's history permeates all of history, just like the contributions of all the groups in our country. Hannah Caldwell was the wife of Reverend James Caldwell, who was an outspoken critic of the way the British government was ruling the colonies in the Americas. And everyone knew that the British wanted to get to George Washington at Morristown, and there was an invasion from Staten Island, and James Caldwell knew that they were coming. He warned his wife to leave their home, which is rebuilt on the site at 909 Caldwell Avenue, but she said, literally, there's a quote from her, "I trust divine providence. They kicked me out of my house in Elizabethtown 6 months ago. I'm not going to leave. And who's going to hurt a woman with her 2 little children?" Ironically, little did she know that in the fog of war she would die and become a martyr for the cause of the American Revolution. And that inspired many more young men and teenage boys to join the New Jersey militia. And 16 days later, they turned back the British. There were no more major battles fought in the North during the American Revolution. There are so many ways for women to tell their stories. Obviously, I think some of it could be generational. I know that a lot can get out there on social media, so I would encourage especially girls and young women in that generation to use that. And also, I just think like word of mouth, face-to-face conversations, visiting schools if you have the opportunity, using outlets like Tap Into Union. A woman, Kathy Cryan, is our local manager of that site, and she gets our stories out. So you could always reach out to her. Adrienne Dempsey Brown is the site administrator for the Facebook group Growing Up in Union, so you could reach out to her. Marie Canarelli is the administrator of the Historical Society Facebook group. So I just think with technology, but also good old-fashioned just talking to people and listening, we can get our stories out. Being honored this way by the Township of Union, it warms my heart because I've lived in Union for 68 years and I don't think I'm ever leaving except when my time has come. So I really appreciate and thank everybody who was involved in selecting me. Thank you.